Webco, How to DIY DVD. Welcome to yet another gripping episode of Reuben the Screwman Carpentry. This is not for sensitive viewers. Our first project is going to be hanging a door. Make sure you purchase the correct size door for the frame or you will be planing for a month of Sundays. Place the door into the frame. Most doors will need minor alterations to get a good fit. Using two small wedges, lift the door off the floor. A 2 mm gap is required between the door and the frame. Here we've used a 2 Rand piece to edge the gap, or you can use 2 credit cards and a debit card. Mark the inside of the door for any planing down. Now plane down to the pencil mark. When planing timber, only plane with the grain. Never ever across it. Try the door at intervals till a good fit is achieved. Now rub the planed edge down with a 300 grit water paper. Mark the position of the hinges onto the door. Square this across with a set square. Now place the hinge onto the door and draw around it with a pencil. Now you want to measure the hinge and transfer half this measurement onto the door. This is the depth at which the hinge will need to be set into the door. Now this area of the door needs to be removed. When using a chisel, make sure that the bottom or the flat edge is used to cut the timber. This will give you a good, clean, straight edge. Also, never use a hammer, only a wooden mallet. Once a parameter has been cut, turn the chisel over and mark small areas to be removed. Now don't try and cut it all out in one piece. This will lead to disappointment. Now remove small shavings of timber. Chop out to the depth as marked and give the hinge a try. Mark the position of the screw holes onto the door. And drill some small pilot holes, because now you can fit the hinge. Why do we drill pilot holes? Well, this will stop the door from splitting when you screw in the hinge, and it will also make it a lot easier to screw in the screws. And of course, repeat the same process with the other hinge. Replace the door back into the frame with the hinges fitted. Mark the position of the hinge onto the door frame. Remove the door. Here we've used the split pin variety of hinges. They are easy to dismantle, and in order to mark the hinge dimensions onto the door frame, mark around the edge of the hinge. Remove and chop out as you did with the door. Fix half of the hinge to the door frame. Lift the door into place, lining up the two halves of the hinge. Replace the hinge pins, cross your fingers and test the door.